Hello, everybody. Welcome to my stream. I'm DC, and my spoon is too big. Thank you all for being here today. I appreciate it. We'll get to Tech Friday in just a moment. Let's see who said hi so far. JD Lady, hello. Brian, hello. Welcome on in. Were you rejected? Okay, so story time. Yay. Why is there a 30-second ad break? I just ran the 3-minute one a bit ago. Well, story time while that ad break's going. So there's an animator named Don Hertzfeld who one of his shorts is rejected cartoons for it was something like the Family Learning Channel or some made-up channel, right? And it's this little animation, and there's these weird cartoons and his slow mental breaking down, and then also about how kind of the capitalism structure sucks. And so the very first short in this thing is a character holding a giant spoon going, "My spoon is too big." And that line's just repeated often, and it's kind of brilliant. There's a lot of his work up on YouTube, so check it out. I like it a lot. It's very strange and amusing. And then he has like this movie that's very, very touching. Let's see here. Don Hertzfeld. And I just happened across the short the other day again. And let me get you the link here. So if you want to see it after the stream, there you go. There's a show I'm talking about. It's about 9 minutes or so. And it's very good. So check it out. Was Academy Award nominee in 2001 for Best Animated Short Film. And let's see here. Oh, I didn't do my intro thing. Hi, I'm DC. You can find me all over the internet. DC Lasair. There's a website. That's powered by Dora's. Yay! They're a link in bio site. Go check them out with my affiliate link. Sign up for Dora's Pro if you like what you see. Use the discount code DC Lasair to get 30% off for 3 months. And they do share a little bit of that subscription with me. So, yay! All right. What is with... Oh, I'm going to bring myself down over a little bit. There we go. I want you all to see the background here. Gen Con, yes. Gen Con is next week. You'll be at Gen Con. I'm going to Gen Con. Check out my panel. There's only 7 tickets left, so get in on it. It'll be the best hour of the con. And what else? Oh, story time. Stuff I did yesterday while I wasn't streaming. I went to a nearby town and with a friend of mine, and we were going to go see a movie at the art museum about I want to get the name right. Hold on. Kids. No. Yeah. Just trying to get the name right. Okay, yes. So it was a documentary about Phillips, and we'll get to that in a moment. So we go to couple towns over. It takes about 45 minutes, and so we go early. We thought briefly about going to the beach, but then it was just too damn hot, so we scrapped the beach part of the trip, and we go to this really good burger joint, and they had their special for the month or something was a hamburger. I got two patties with pulled pork on it, and kind of like a slaw or bit of cabbage on it, and some other stuff, and it was and some Thousand Island dressing on top of that. And that was really good. At that, we went to a record store that was next door, and it was a great record store. I was like, if I had money, I would have easily spent $200 in that record store. They had a lot of great stuff. And then we went around and looked at a couple things we want to see, and then we go to this mall because there's a kind of geeky toy store things, Gunpla, Star Wars stuff we like. Covering video games, comics, all that. Funko Pops. And so we drive to this mall, and we go in. The food court has two restaurants. And a lot of it seemed shut down. At the other far end was a J.C. Penney, still open. Something's bothering me. There we go. And we walk by. There's a lot of stores just vacant or closed. We go down, and sounds a bit like a mall near where I'll be next week. Yeah. There's quite a few malls here, and we're comparing it to a mall near me as well. Kind of the same level of just being empty. But then we go down to where the toy store is that we're looking for, and not only do they have one side that's just dedicated to card games, so Magic the Gathering, Lorcana. What's a mall? 80% of it's empty, but there's this one comic book store that has been buying out the empty ones around them, putting arcade and pinball machines in them. Awesome. Yeah, this is probably similar to what this comic store is doing. So one side was just dedicated to Magic the Gathering and Disney Lorcana, and they had the Gundam thing. I got another Gundam Assemble or Gundam card game Gundam Assemble kit. I got the Heroic Beginnings one because it was there, and this was a set I wanted. So now I have two of those. And so we go into that part. Then we go into where the comic book, action figures, everything is. And this place is huge. It's like the size of a Sears, right? One floor, but it's absolutely massive. There are, 5 aisles of Funko Pops, all labeled by topic. You go around. There's a section of Gunpla. There's a Lego section. There's the comic book section. There's even a little sports card section. There's action figures all around. And we're like, how did we never come here before? Size of a what? Stop speaking in dead capitalism. bigger than a bread box. Um, so we go in, and it's just this huge place, and there's very little else around open it. There's an Annie Ann's at the end. Like, the Annie Ann's isn't even near the food court; it's at the other end of the mall. And we're like, oh, and it's great. It's this great store. We had all sorts of different models and things like that, and we walked around. You were in a mall, of course. There's an Auntie Anne. It's a separate unit for mid-mall snacking. Exactly. And so I'm sure if we didn't want to go to another store that we happened to see and had to make it back to the museum in time for the movie, we would have spent way more time in this place. So we go around in here and spend as much time as we could in there. And then across from that is another large store. And you walk in one end, and it's all records. So already amazing. And then there's a Lego archway. You walk through that, and then you're in the section of this store, same store, that is all VHS tapes, DVDs, and Blu-rays. I'm like, how is this a magical place? They even had Betamax. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess if you have a Betamax thing. But yeah. So we were amazed. Where's your shocked face? And so we're like, these stores near each other are amazing. Then we walk out, and you kind of walk into the sadness of the mall. That extends out from these, that is beyond these places. These places are sort of their own entities in the mall, and then there's just, there's like a trade home, so you got shoes and things, but a lot of stuff was just closed, not there. And so, I spent my money, and then we go to the art museum, which Thursdays are free. Plus, they were having this movie there that was free, and it was called Art is Life. And it was all about Jim Phillips, who is a very famous skateboard artist, and also, oh boy, skateboard artist, did a lot of painting things. If you ever, the name of the movie was Art and Life, the story of Jim Phillips. And if you've ever seen the hand with the open mouth and teeth and a little tongue, kind of screaming, the screaming hand thing, that was Jim Phillips, and he was a big influence on all the skateboard art from like the late 70s on. And his work is fantastic and unique. And if you just search for Jim Phillips, you can see lots of samples of it. Or he also did surfboards. He started with surfboards, and that was the other thing he did. And he also did a lot of rock art, like he did posters for Neil Young and a bunch of other shows. And just went through his life and, what it was like to be a creative artist. And then he had to also figure out how to be a commercial artist as well. And it touched on those. And then it talked about, his influence over decades on the skating, on the surfing culture, and then the skating culture. It was pretty good. It was about 88 minutes or so. So not a bad documentary. You get a chance. Jim Phillips. Lots of interesting art. And then that movie ended, and since it was past when the museum was normally open, they said, "Hey, we're just because of the showing, we're going to be open an extra half hour after the movie, so you can go around and look at everything." So my friend and I, we start going around looking at things. Security guard comes over and says, "Hey, have you been here before?" We're like, "No, we're new." And he's like, "Oh, we got lots of great stuff. Should go down this hallway, take a right, and go check out our glass exhibit." And we're like, "Okay." So we go down, we enter this one door, we go in, and just fantastic artwork made of glass. Various things, people and all sorts of different glass sculptures. It was amazing. And then there was another door in there to yet another exhibit, so we could go through there. And we were kind of almost done with that one, and then the security guard comes in and goes, "Hey, we're closing." We're like, "Oh, we barely saw anything." But there was just this amazing, wonderful thing of glass art, and it was fantastic. Really liked it. Different artists. Uh, so that was a lot of fun and unexpected day, and there was the mall that had cool stores and also filled with sadness, but it was a good day. All right, I think I've gone on quite enough about all that, and let me make sure I have everything up. Why am I switching back and forth between tabs? I don't need to. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Okay. So, it is Friday. That means Tech Friday. Yay! And first up, I'm going to take a look at Elgato's Marketplace Connect 1.1. It's now in beta. You can find the download and all the information about it at that link I just posted. It is a big mega thread. So there you see it over there. Right? And so you can download it right from the link. And now what this does, we talked about it maybe half a year ago or so. Now it seems like that. But what this does is it allows you to find scene collections, OBS scene collections, and then once you have the plugin installed, you can automatically get those scene collections into OBS just by clicking the install button. And so they've changed the interface. They've made it better. I played with it a little bit, and it's very cool. I also bring this up because Finite Singularity worked on this, who we talk about lots. And so yeah, we'll go through some of the features here. One-click installs, partial scene collection, so you can pick and choose just the scenes you want, which is great. Some new merged imports, so you can just bring your scene collection. You can bring the scenes into your current scene collection, and they'll just populate them all there, and it won't overwrite anything. So there's two ways to install. Can you enlarge the text in the shared browser? Oh yeah. Let me do. Oh, that was not what I wanted. Hold on. Where'd it go? There it is. It's coming back, trying. It's giving me its release notes. I don't care. Okay. So here we are. Let's do the... Yeah, here we go. All right. Oh, right. I got to turn off the dot because I don't like that. So you can merge the scenes, and it will either pop up. You can either set it to pop up as its own scene collection in OBS, or you can have it merge with your current scene list, and it won't override any of your current scene list. Cleaner UI, maker tools. You can make individual scenes as selectable. Add font or third-party resources links, which is amazing. So if you're making these for other people, you can now say, okay, you can just select these scenes, and also you can add font or third-party resource links, which will show up during install if you have something necessary to your package. When you demoed it, it was really cool, but be careful you don't end up with 15 new scene collections, right? Can cancel download mid-progress, localization support. And they gave, the general improvements and bug fixes, and then the download for it. Right there, it's very handy. And once you have it installed in OBS, it appears... Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to do that. That is Control-4. There we go. It was following my mouse a second there. If you go to Tools, and then on top of the Tools section, it'll say Elgato Marketplace Connect in OBS. And that's where you get the interface. So, yeah. I'm like, this is a really cool update to this. And I really like... I want more people to be taking advantage of just being able to get scene collections, because I think that's awesome. And there are some that are paid, are for sale, and then there's some for free. Gave you a lot of ideas, yeah. And I think it's such a handy thing, and you don't need other Elgato products to use this. You can just download this, and as long as you have OBS, it's a plugin. You just have to have a Elgato, store account thing, and you can download this, use it. You don't need a Stream Deck or a Wave 3 or any of that. The plugin works on its own. So that's fantastic, and really like it. So check it out, and maybe as you're going about, you find a collection, you install it, and maybe it inspires you to make something else. They are the couple I downloaded, which again were free, were very cool, very clean, really well done. So take a look at the offerings. If you want to spend money on some, you can. And it's pretty fantastic. All right. Next on the Elgato train, they released the 4KS, which is right here, their newest browser. Hey, cookies, go away. So this would, they say... No, it's these buttons. So pixel perfect 4K 60, high frame rate capture, 0 latency pass through, stream and record fast and clean on almost any system. So this is their newest thing, $160, works with the Switch 2. can see there it is, along with switch 2 controllers up top here. What other pictures we have? Showing it next to other Elgato products. And then here's all your ad things, USB-C and UVC, and keep gaming pure, sure. Capture every detail. Create without limits. Capture your flow. And there's a quick in, out. It works like all other capture cards. There's an in, there's a couple outs. And they did also have this here, which is Elgato Studio. And it's basically, if you were in OBS, this would be your capture source for the video game, would be the Elgato Studio window. So it's another way to do that. Yeah, they let you compare their capture cards. If you're interested, there's that. And while we are on hardware things, we're going to talk about Rode. And specifically, the wireless micro camera receiver. Helps if I remember to hit the right buttons. Now, this is pretty neat. If you own a wireless micro, you can claim the camera receiver for free. All you have to do is register your product and go through its steps. And it does what it says. The ultimate companion to the wireless micro. Connects to any camera, fits effortlessly into workflow. The micro camera receiver is tailor-made for filmmakers and content creators who demand heightened simplicity and high-fidelity audio. So it's ultra compact. It kind of matches their kind of squarish design of the mic I wear for days when I do Gunpla. And there it is, right on top of the camera. Low profile. Plugs right into the camera. So while you're shooting footage, you also get the advantage of Rode audio also being recorded along with your footage. And there's the Rode mics just to kind of compare. So while you're recording on your camera, just like this picture shows, they have the wireless mics on, and it's transmitting all that info right to the camera. And you don't have to have a boom mic or other mic plugged into the camera sticking out. You can just do it all wirelessly. And I think it's an incredible thing. And so if that's the way you make content, definitely take a look at this. This will make your kit a lot lighter. And then there's all the specs about it. Yeah, I really thought this was a cool idea. And if you want that, let's see here. I didn't share here's the Elgato capture card link. Here's the Marketplace Reddit post we were looking at. And the Rode wireless micro camera receiver is right here. Lots of links. All right, now Rode showed off another thing. Unfortunately, they only posted it to X. I know. But it was a neat idea, and I couldn't find the video on their YouTube. If they just it looks like it was just on Twitter. But what they did was they took an OBSBot camera, looks like the Tail 2. They plugged in one of their wireless receivers, and once again, you have a camera that can follow you around. You have the microphone, clipped to your shirt or jacket or wherever, and now you can walk around and it will feed the audio directly into this camera, because these cameras have little SD cards, so it will record your footage and your audio, again, all in one package. And I just thought that was a neat idea, and we don't have to look at X anymore. Okay. Or Twitter. Yeah. I don't know. You call it what you want. It's Twitter. All right. Next up, StreamerBot. Yay, there is one of the top people who make StreamerBot actions and everything. Twame came out with a utility called Mod Tools. There's that link. And see it, all over there. Right? And it goes through really, really good at adding instructions, how to import the actions, the setup, gives you how to do all that. So if you want to have various mod tools for your Twitch stream, here's a complete package. Now, obviously, I use SiriBot and other things, but it does so much. So if you want your moderators or just you to have access to a bunch of fascinating commands to help you out with your channel, suspicious user monitoring, follow remover, all sorts of things. Got the command list, set title, set game, make commands, list all OBS scene names in chat. That's neat. Can set the scene, refresh all your audio, browser sources, can even end stream. And then there's chat management tools like ban, run ads. All the URL filter commands, bot and hate rate protection, spam filters, channel point rewards. Look at all this does. So, if you're interested in that and you're using StreamerBot, go to that link. Check them out. These are very robust. And the instructions are easy because this is one of the people making things for StreamerBot that does a really good job of having good, proper instructions with their thing. Seems like streamer or primary mod would need to be tech savvy and then do onboarding for other mods. Yeah. And once you set it up, you just teach your mods the commands, and then they'll be able to run the commands. And since it's StreamerBot, you can tell it, who has control over what commands. So if you just want some commands reserved for you, you can set the commands to do that. If you want some commands for your moderators, you can set that as well. Yeah, I was really happy to see that there's something like this for StreamerBot. Take a look at it. It might be a good solution for you. All right. And then Meld had an update I want to talk about. Oops. We want to do that. Give you the link here. And now we have support for VOD audio tracks for YouTube Kick and any custom output. Interaction with browser sources, which is great. I haven't tried this yet, but if there's one thing that doesn't work great in OBS, it's interacting with browser sources. Like if you have a web browser page up and you need to log into it, OBS doesn't do a good job of letting you log into things and actually get them functional. But now you can interact with browser sources. Cloud-based multi-streaming gets 2 new servers, which is awesome. So interactive browser layers. Now add clickable overlays, pulling in real-time website content without leaving Meld Studio. Audio tracks for non-Twitch outputs, yay. And it goes through everything here. And Multi by Meld, their multi-stream service, which is free. They've added more servers. Tell you how to do it. List of enhancements, and then all the bug fixes. And they even give you a little conclusion. So if you're on the Meld train, take a look at this update. It looks like a good one. Not just a bunch of bug fixes, but actual more functionality. Okay. I think that is all the topics for today. Not too long, but hopefully useful. See what else we have here. Interesting thing when popping into TikTok. Ooh, what's that? Gonna try to save. Okay, we're gonna try to save something for the second half of the stream. Last week I talked about my new TTRPG resources. I am working on 2 things. One I should have done. I should actually have both of them done this weekend, and then I'll release them, and it'll be awesome. Right. It's a vlog selfie monitor, magnetic, back of compatible. Oh, compatible phones. Okay. So you can use it on the back of the phone with a better camera to see yourself. Nice. Let's put that. New tab, please. Go here. Do. So, goes on. This is handy. Wow. It's a little monitor, attaches to the back of your phone, just like Herb said. So you don't have to use the front camera, you can use your back camera and see what's going on. TikTok might be targeting ads at me appropriately, which is rude, right? So yeah, you can use your fancy back camera and see what's going on and not have to use your front camera, which is usually less quality. Promising real-time screen sharing. Flexible phone holder. Compatible with iPhones. You can even attach additional accessories. Ooh, a Bluetooth remote. Mirror image and charging. Sleek and portable design. Yes. Screen is compatible with iOS 6 above systems and requires the same screen function for Apple iOS 6 above, 4S or above, iPad 2 or above. It tells you where it's found. It's only about $70, so that's not bad. Sure, there are more universal compact ones out there. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I like that. All right, I'm going to add that to my notes. Let's see here. This is the... There we go. And I'll check it off because we talked about it. Yay. I have my little Obsidian note of Tech Friday links up next to a web browser, so I can look at both. Because I continue to pull away from Notion. Yeah, I do have all my TTRPG resources still up and available at Notion. I don't really want to maintain them anymore, but if you want to use them and find them useful, by all means, go for it. And those are all listed here. I also have some markdown files and PNGs for other things. Like I have action, weapon master, and condition reference sheets, both in PNG and markdown. So if you want easily searchable text, get the markdown files, open it in any text editor, including Windows Notepad, which now understands some markdown. I have player and monster initiative cards for D&D, and the Daggerheart campaign frame outline, which I have in separate sections of Markdown and also as an Obsidian Vault. So take a look at those, and I have 2 more coming up. Should be done this weekend. There's a bug in front of me. It flew away. I'm going to try to catch it. Nope. Coming back here. Do you dare? I'm on the prowl. Oh, now I can't see you. see it. Okay, well, it went away. The little flying thing. I'm like, get out of here. This isn't your home. All right, talked about my Gen Con panel. Talked about all that. Leaving that for next. Real quick look at other things. We'll take a break a little early. I have to order some food, so I'm getting dumplings and fried rice for supper. So yay. Oh. Yeah, they do a house fried rice. So it has beef, chicken, and shrimp in it. And it's real good. I've mentioned before I was looking for a wallet. I don't remember if I said I actually selected one. A new kind of journal wallet combo thing. And it should be here on Monday. So plenty of time before I leave for Gen Con. And that is the Lockbee Sidekick. It holds A7 notebooks, which might be a little small. I don't know, but it should hold most normal size pens. So like this, and has room for A7 notebooks and all your credit cards and everything. And I think this is the solution to go with, mostly because it's only $30. The other solutions I looked at were considerably more if I got something and then all the other add-ons. But yeah, for $30, I will take the chance. And hopefully it does fit easily in my pocket, which is the whole idea. And then if I need a note for something, I have a pen, I have a paper, write it on down. And that was the whole idea that started this journey. That I wanted something where I could do where I could have a notebook and a pen, and then just replace my normal wallet. And Lockbee Sidekick might just do it. You can see paying more when it's an incredible jump in quality, but Lockbee's gonna last for life too. Good canvas. Yeah. Yeah, they look solidly made. I've watched multiple YouTube videos on them, and you know, the YouTuber opens them up, and the stitching's good. It does look like a thing that will last, even from videos I've seen. So we'll do that, and then if it comes before stream on Monday or Tuesday, we'll go over it. Have the Lockbee A5 cover thing. Ooh. Fancy. Yes, Lockbee does all sorts of journals and covers for journals. You can get notebooks. You can get different accessories. Have all sorts of lines to check out. And when I tell you the rabbit hole that this led me down, because I had never heard of everyday carry or EDC, and once I found the term EDC, that's an entire YouTube universe all on its own. I'm like, whoa, this is a lot. I'm just really interested in this product here that, you know, just the stuff that can hold the journal and my credit cards. Yay. That's all I need. But yeah, if you ever want a thing to research, look up Everyday Carry on YouTube and be prepared for a very long and tunneling rabbit hole. Oh, you're familiar, right? It is. It's one of the rabbit holes I've been down recently. Let's see what else. Oh, you know what? While we're here, while we got a few minutes yet, I want to take a look at the new Gundam Assemble set that I got. Or this is the so the first one I got was the Seed Strike. Then the one I got yesterday is Heroic Beginnings. Comes with these three. And a bunch of instructions, how to play the card game and everything. Oh, some of these, okay, they're slightly out of the order they were in. Let me. They do give you one free bonus card as well. So one of these is the free bonus card. But again, fantastic art. Let's see here. This is the RX-78-2, the Gundam that started it all, if you will. Right there. Then there's a Gundam Ariel, which is from Witch of Mercury. And let's see here. They gave you another Gundam Ariel. Give you another Gundam. Then they give you different forms of the Gundam. So I have two of these cards. And then the gun cannon Gundams are there. They just roll. They have powerful guns. I mean, it's fairly self-explanatory, right? Gundam gun cannon. That's its function, to fire massive laser cannons at you. Then there's also the gun tank, which similar, but you know, has treads, so it's a little more mobile than the Gundam cannon. And we do have there's somewhere in here there's two pilot cards. There's Amano Ray, who is the original Gundam hero, and since we have Witch of Mercury in here as well, we have the Soletta Mercury. Yeah, you get all sorts of fancy art. One day I'll figure out how to play the game. That'll be something. And I can't get the rest of the cards out right now, so not gonna bother with that too much because it is almost time for break. And then we have all three of the models have their own parts package to assemble, like regular Gunpla. But I do need to now get paint because you need to paint these. Suppose you don't have to, but you know, as if I needed another hobby. As if just Gunpla wasn't enough. Now I need to paint the Gundam Assemble kits. I might pick up a booster pack for the Gundam card game just to see the other possibilities in there. Oh, these cards fell out of place. All right, let's reorganize these a minute. The cards are very slidey in the package. They come with a plastic band around them so they don't slide everywhere. But once you take that plastic band off, it's you know, all out slides. Chaos in a box. Just get that out now. Yeah, you know what's great about the Gundam Assemble line? Is that there's going to be paints for them, right? Things like that. However, if I want to do like we see with some Warhammer stuff, if I want to do non-standard paint job, I can. And I'm sure there will be people on the internet very upset that I dare use other colors on a Gundam. Looking forward to that. All right, let's take a break, and then we'll get into the second half of Tech Friday, where we wind down, put on some music, look at articles, talk about whatever you want to talk about, and yeah, just relax. So I'll see you back here in about 5 minutes. I'm going to run some ads as well. So, get up, stretch, walk around a little, take your meds, drink your water, do these things, and I'll see you in about 5 minutes.
What if you were someone who gave names to such things? Would you call this cake?
The cake boss.
I hate it here. I'm leaving.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. That's it. I'm out.
Who's gonna?
Just no. And the drama mask?
Seems to be about a 6 foot tall human.
Oh.
As they stand up.
Enthrall, plus give me your number. I'm kidding. Size doesn't matter. So it's a wisdom saving throw of 14, and if they hold on a second. Any creature
I have source, all shorts, right? Video buffer none. Turn the audio on. That's all you have to do for the shorts clone, is just make sure that you're cloning the source, and your source is whatever you named the scene that you keep your shorts in. That's a statement, eh? Where do you keep your shorts? Okay, so the number one thing for producing a show is timing, being on time, understanding when to hit a button, that type of thing. The other thing is knowing your workflow. If there's a number 2, it'd be knowing your workflow. So if it is easier for you to set up your volumes like I just showed you, using the Stream Deck Plus and directly into OBS, or if it's easier to use the Wavelink software, whatever you find better, do it. It's great that there's more options, and whatever you're comfortable working with. You gave me the implement of destruction and placed smashable object in eternity. I didn't mean to do it. Yes, I did. I just thought that's what I was supposed to do. Exactly. It is what you're supposed to do. This is where all the great stuff gets baked that you love.
I mean, I do enjoy getting baked.
Goat pastries and everything you could love. All in your tummies. Yeah. All right. Now they...
I'm gonna just let DC have this. I'm gonna let him have it.
Yep.
Mhm.
What is this? Oh, nope. Nope. And I say again, nope.
Right, now about these stores, the potions, the weapons, I definitely would like to take a bit of a supermarket sweep run through what you have there. So let's, if you could just show us to that, I would very much be interested in whatever you can outfit us with.
I don't know. I don't know what I can do that would be... That's gonna top the meat wizard. Those were words I said. Don't clip that. Anyway. So, how about that tech?
And rather it was stolen from Mr. Orton, or he's smuggling it in for himself and claiming that it's homemade when it's not. We should really just take all this stuff and go turn it into the Baker's Guild and call it done.
Do we really need to find this Darren Esser? Oh my god, I just got that. Do we need to find this person, or can we just go?
Do not like Tyrion. So yep, that is another fail.
You take 3 points of burning custard damage.
Little did you know that Tyrion actually has resistance to burning custard.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Hope you all had a good break. Now's the time of the show where we sit back, relax, and, talk about whatever you want. It involves tech. I'll be more than happy. Tech or TTRPGs, be more than happy to talk about it. Let's quick do a rundown of any other tech news that may have come up since earlier this afternoon or since we started talking. And when we get to TTRPG stuff, I do have a Kickstarter thing to talk about. I'll try to remember that. But yeah, let's look, see if there's anything else we can add. Lots of articles, but nothing we kind of talk about here usually. All right, let's see what else I can find. Apparently, Amazon is developing a Wolfenstein TV show. This is via Engadget. You want to read about it? There you go. Okay, well, this is tech, not usually what we talk about here, but it's medical news and it's cool. So, CRISPR can stop malaria spread by editing a single gene in mosquitoes. The replacement of a single molecule stops parasites in their tracks. So that's pretty cool. And that's on Engadget. Let's see here. It's biologists from UC San Diego, Johns Hopkins, and UC Berkeley. Good luck to them trying to catch every mosquito to edit their genes, right? Yeah, that's why I was thinking, do they just go out with like a big thing that attracts mosquitoes and just get a swarm? And it doesn't affect the health or reproduction capabilities of mosquitoes, though it probably should. Holds up sign, free blood bags this way, right? Like tasty blood. Speaking of that, now I'm thinking about vampires. Now I'm thinking about True Blood. And in True Blood, Vampire Bill, right? Well, that actor is in a new series called Art Detectives. And it's so different from the True Blood role. I'm like, wait, what? Of course, actors can play multiple characters, but it's just such a different role, and I like it. Oh, that's not the vampire story I was thinking about. Hey, kitty. Hi. Yes, you've come down here. Decided to grace us with your present. Oh, okay. Are you leaving? Or are you coming back? What you doing? Yeah, when you don't see an actor often, it's weird. Yeah. Not like watching British TV where they only have 10 actors, right? Alright. What are we doing, kitty? Do we want the pets? Do we not want the pets? Do you just come down to meow at me? You're kind of at the doorway. You're kind of not. Yeah, but if you do get a chance to see Art Detectives and you like British detective shows, speaking of the BBC, it's pretty good. I've enjoyed it. Just be aware, if you've only ever seen that actor as Vampire Bill, it's a change. If you've seen him in other things, maybe not so much, but yeah. Is there anything new you've added to your producer talk presentation that stands out? I have. This is more of an organizational thing, but I've named the slides. I finally kind of do a pre-production, production, and post-production, and have a couple slides of each thing, outlining each step, just to help get those terms into people's minds more. And also, I do talk a little bit about Meld, because really Meld is the only viable alternative to OBS that there is. Still should use OBS, but if you're looking for something else, Meld is it. And yeah, it was the biggest thing was kind of making that organization stand out a little clearer. So, you know, we have these terms, and then I say these terms, and I say, okay, here's what's going on in pre-production, here's what's going on during production, here's, you know, if you're responsible for any of the post-production stuff, here's what's involved in that. And so that is a bit different from the previous talks. And still maintaining the same, most of the same stuff in it. Yeah, the biggest thing is that I have more tools to talk about, like Meld, and now the Elgato OBS marketplace thing we talked about earlier, and how there's just going to be these things where you can just get scene bundles and easily put them into OBS and modify those, and just it'll be amazing. I know some of that stuff existed before, but man, the Elgato marketplace thing makes that really, really easy. And it's quite dynamic too, in what you can include and exclude and that type of thing. But most of it's still going on, you know, what a producer does, and you know what the kind of, here are the 7 jobs or so that in a kind of traditional normal production studio would be handled by different people, and how you're doing all 7 of these jobs as a producer for a TTRPG actual play. And, you know, I talk about timing and how that's important. And I have a whole section about, you know, if you make a mistake or something goes wrong that's out of your control, give yourself a break. Not like take an actual break during the production, but just mentally don't beat yourself up too much about it, you know. There are things outside your control, and you just gotta roll with it. So I'm trying to keep that portion at about 15, maybe 20 minutes, and then the rest of the time just devote to questions, because after a little bit, people do realize they have a lot of questions, so try to give ample time in the 50 minutes I have to talk to them. All right, Engadget, another article. I saw this on Blue Sky, but since I'm on Engadget, I'll share this. Internet Archive is now an official U.S. government document library, which is amazing. It has U.S. Senate has granted the Internet Archive federal depository status, making it officially part of a 1,100 library network that gives the public access to government documents. So that's pretty cool. And we know the Internet Archive works hard at this stuff, and, you know, support the Internet Archive if you can. It's a great website. So yeah, I was happy to hear that. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay. Oh. All right. TTRPG thing 1 I wanted to talk about. If you play Monster of the Week, Evil Hat Productions has a Slayer Survival Kit and Hunter's Journal bundle available. So expansions for the game. There, let's see here. Oh wow, so the Hunter's Journal is 368 pages of supplemental material, and the Slayer Survival Kit is another 240 pages of material. So yeah, if Monster of the Week is your jam, definitely check out these new offerings. And I wanted to talk about a Kickstarter. It's already passed, but I just want to talk about the updating because I backed it. Right, and can still order some. But it was for the Dice-O-Matic dice spinner, which are these little credit card things. You hit a button, they spin around. And they've been really good at getting updates out to everyone. So I should have mine probably by the mid-August or so at the latest, if everything still goes according to plan. And so they're working on fulfilling their Kickstarter. They had constant updates, but of course, there's a lot of people who are upset that it's taken this long. And that even with updates like, oh, I'll never trust your company again, blah, blah, blah. Like, calm down. It's a Kickstarter. Things happen, especially with the tariffs. And sometimes stuff takes longer. All indications say they're fulfilling these. They've shown pictures of the product in warehouses, and now they are shipping it out. And if you are curious about them, it looks like for everyone who didn't get in on the Kickstarter, they're looking at an October 2025 delivery date. So there's those. And when mine come in, I'll show them off on stream. I don't remember which ones I got. I got one of the sets though. I have another talk lecture rant brewing about Kickstarter and the different types and why expectations turn out the way they do. Yeah, that'd be great. We should definitely talk about that. Have you on. But like, okay, Kickstarter. And things like that too, right? It's not just Kickstarter, but it'd be BackerKit and all these other places. But Kickstarter is the one that usually gets the attention. Or the majority of the attention. And, because, I have stories of Kickstarter that didn't work out and that I tangentially touched upon. And yeah, that was something. Let's see here. TTRPG news. So I wanted to bring that up. That That's coming. It'd be great if those came in before Gen Con, but the lead time just might not work out that way. All right. How old is this article? Just from Tuesday. Awesome. There will be an official Thundercats TTRPG by Dynamite Entertainment. Oh, this was announced at San Diego Comic-Con. Okay. So, you know, if you ever want to have your own adventure with the Sword of Omens and Mumra, now you can. Oh, it is powered by 5e, coming to Kickstarter soon. So let's just give you, speaking of Kickstarter, just give you the Kickstarter page. And here's the article I was looking at. Refrain from asking, do you just want to run down all the SDCC announcements, or... Yes, actually, a rundown of all the SDCC announcements would be great, because I really haven't been following this week, so... Oh yeah, D&D announced a... this by Chaosium, and you can find it now on D&D Beyond. Cthulhu by Torchlight. So it's Cthulhu game, Chaosium, right? The people who make the popular Cthulhu game. Now you have Torchlight. So here's an article on D&D Beyond all about it. And yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. So looking for more articles here. We talked about this last week. D&D and Castle organizer to launch D&D Dungeon Master University. So go watch last week's stream if you want to have other details about that. And we also talked about Rivers of London having a USA setting, because normally it's in London. Oh, I don't remember if I mentioned this or not. This might have been something talked about briefly last week. But if you like Mutants and Masterminds, there is going to be a 4th edition of that coming out via Green Ronin. So there is... this article is specifically gadgeteers and martial artists, so kind of a preview of classes. But, so yeah, I'm sure the Green Ronin has all all the things you need to know about mutants and masterminds. Let's see here. Magic the Gathering's Final Fantasy expansion shatters records. Not surprising. Made a bunch of money in a single day. If you want to read about that, I have an article from Bells of Lost Souls. Not just shatters, it redefined. Oh, yeah, 200 million in a single day. Wow. Okay. There's no doubt who the earner in the Dragon House is, right? Like, that's amazing. I mean, we knew it was kind of a way to just print money, but for that much, that's amazing. Let's see, we talked about Cthulhu by Torchlight. Magic the Gathering still reminds you of the documentaries about people who would hunt down and resell rare limited release Beanie Babies, right? Yeah, it's... You know, your FLGS has whole shelves of Magic cards for sale for reasons, right? Worked at Hallmark during the Beanie Baby times. Oh, I'm sorry. But of course, I'm curious. Did you witness any fights? You don't have to answer that, obviously, if you want to. But those people would stand outside the gate thing while we were opening. Oh, wow. Witness fist fights over Cabbage Patch Kids way back. Yeah, that was a thing. That was on local news a couple times, too. Like, 100% intentionally leave them in back till they left. Amazing. Vancouver by night. Hey, hi. You worked retail during Tickle Me. Oh, ow. Oh, no. I'm sorry. People just hanging around, putting their fingers in the gates, looking for the Beanie Babies. That's the historian documentary I want to watch, talking about why those collectibles get our head so badly. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. What is this? So Ravensburger, the people who make the go away ad. No ads. Go away. I'm trying to link an article. Who make the Disney Lorcana game have a game called Horrified, and there's going to be a Dungeons and Dragons edition at Gen Con. That'll be fun. Rex. Hi, Rex. Close you got to a craze was the first day Model 3 orders when you worked at Tesla. That was a long day. Oh no. Do we all need a retail therapy session? Like, not going out and buying stuff, but talking about all the retail experiences that... They sent you a copy of that? Gonna unbox on the stream? Awesome! Yeah, the art's looking good. All right. Oh, let me check on my food. See if it's been delivered. Heading my way. Order was dropped off. Okay, let me go grab the food, and I will answer that question when I get back. So, enjoy the chair. I just don't want the food sitting out. All right, food obtained, as long as I don't spill it. About to lose part of it. There we go. All right. So what am I looking forward to at Gen Con? Well, my own panel, obviously. And let's see. Getting to see a couple friends. So yay. Know that. I'm hoping to make it to the Forgotten Realms panel. But that is going to be right after my panel. And I have no idea how long it will take me to get from the end of the convention center I'm on to where that is. And, I'm meeting up with KP because I'm getting headshots. New headshots, too, so that'll be exciting. Fun. And, yeah, hopefully some good food, because some of those food trucks just have amazing food. And anything else at Gen Con? I have a bunch of panels I'm gonna go to. So hopefully those are all fun. They seem like they'll be good. I rarely play games at cons. It's weird when I do. So all right, what's this link? Masters of the Universe, Origins, and Transformers. Megatron Armor Skeletor and Bumblebee Armor Man at Arm. Man at Arm. Bumblebee Armor Man at Arms action figures. Got it. Understood what they're saying. Okay, this is amazing. Y'all take a look at these. These are great. So that's Hasbro and Mattel coming together. Hasbro and Transformers, Mattel Masters of the Universe. Oh, neat. You can even remove the Bumblebee hat and its Man-at-Arms face underneath. The Megatron Skeletor looks neat. Those are pretty cool. This is demanding a cartoon crossover now. It is. You know, what if the Transformers landed on Eternia and they became armor for people? And a new TTRPG. Yeah, right? All right, just scanning other articles real quick. Also have thoughts on TTRPGs based on classic cartoon universes that are heavily character focused. Yeah. Do you play the main characters or do you make it another character in that world? Ooh. That is good. I mean, personally, I would make another character in that world. Because if you play, depending who you're playing with, or if it's like a actual play, there might be some unrealistic expectations of mannerisms and voicing and things like that. So if you're doing it for an audience, especially, that's when I'd say, yeah, another character. I'm not gonna. I wouldn't play He-Man, for example. I would play Man-He or something like that. Oh yeah, the My Little Pony. That was a great game. You made your own ponies. For like Thundercats, there's only one sort of woman, so you could be another Thunderian who made their way to Third Earth. Yeah, exactly. Can barely get near doing an Optimus Prime voice, and Starscream would trash my voice for a week. Man, having played DC's one-shots, I can't be sure that won't show up now. Well, you know. I wasn't thinking about it before, but now I am. So you have yourself to blame. That's when we all learn about VST, right? Skelly Boar, the villain with the most dull and basic of plans. Yeah, I really like this Transformers Master of the Universe crossover, guys. They look awesome. We already have that. He's responsible for Cybertruck. Amazing. All right. All right, let's look who's... I think I'm going to eat my food because now it's next to me and I'm smelling it and I'm just getting more hungry. Let's see who is on. We can send a raid over to... we'll go raid Jeff. Yeah, that'd be awesome. So, thank you all for being here. I will be back Monday. So, schedule for the next couple of weeks will be a little different. I will be back Monday and Tuesday of next week, probably playing Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, or I might just talk about stuff. Oh, you know what? I also want to go over my con bag stuff. Maybe we'll do that. We'll do that Monday, Tuesday as well, because I'd like to just give an update on that. And then I'll be gone off to Gen Con starting Wednesday. And I'm coming back into town Monday. There won't be a stream on that Monday. There will be a stream on Tuesday. And then that Tuesday through Friday, there'll be streams. But then I'm going away that weekend. So there'll be a Tech Friday that week. But then I'm going away that weekend. And that Monday I'll be coming back. So there won't be a stream that Monday either. But that Tuesday, there'll definitely be a stream. So if you can follow all of that, that's the upcoming schedule. But yeah, have a great weekend. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. It's been a good time. We're going to go on a raid. Let me get the raid call in. And, you know, if I can type things correctly, that'd be great. And oh yeah, Tuesday I might be on a show, so you should definitely watch that. You all already do anyway, but just saying, if you don't, you probably should. And I will be back then. Have a great weekend. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to each other. Stay tuned for the raid. And I'll see you all on Monday. Where's the button? Button!